This is an ever-improving piece of technology that continues to threaten cameras. This is something that can hold that thing steady. And this is what some people would call a short film. That must mean that this combo is the most budget-friendly cinematic combo for filmmakers in 2025. Phones have become so accessible nowadays that nearly everyone has one. Most phones have also greatly improved how they capture images. The iPhone 15 Pro Max in particular has grown into the cinema world with its Apple Log, ASIS recognition, 12 stops of dynamic range, and third-party companies like Tilta further opening up its filming capabilities. Being able to control your camera fully for a more tailored and desired outcome is great, however there is still the need to stabilize it. This need was quickly filled with companies coming in and making stabilizers to stabilize these phones, and one of the most notable ones in this industry is Hohem. Hohem is now taking another rapidly improving technological advancement and putting it into their gimbal to further improve their workhorse. And that technological advancement is AI. They have taken all the best parts from other professional gimbals and motorized camera control units and shoved it all into the iSteady M7 gimbal. This company has literally saved you thousands of dollars on equipment that you would need normally if you wanted full control over your camera movements while filming by yourself. In this video, I've been challenged by Hohem to take my iPhone and their iSteady M7 gimbal and make an entire short film with it. However, my phone cannot leave the gimbal. One thing's for sure, this is a lot lighter than my normal setup. When I agreed to this challenge, I also agreed to getting it done in a single month. So this means I really had to kick it into gear. Once I got the message from Hohem that the gimbal was on the way, I immediately began planning. I started brainstorming a contained short that I could shoot in the course of a weekend. That means literally 2 days. I took into account all of the things that I had available to me. Friends, locations, props, equipment, you name it. Then I got to work. I reached out to people that I could think of to help me film. I started creating a short story and putting it into script format, shot listing that short story, figuring out lighting plans and other setup plans that I was going to use for the gimbal and my phone, since that was pretty easy. Then I began shot grouping in terms of sets, that way I didn't have to move much lighting around and could get things done in an efficient manner. Mainly because I also decided to want to shoot this at night. So I had basically 2 nights. Ideally one for, the talent. Once I got all of that done and figured out, the gimbal arrived. And opening this up, it is incredible. It is beautifully put together. It looks really nice. I love the accent colors that they have on here. Honestly, really, really impressive too from how it performed, but I'll talk about that later in this video. After I got done being excited over this little new toy, I reached out to my friends to tell them the plan. Now's the time to hope that all of that preparation was enough. Exhilarating, right? Oh man, I love how light this gimbal is, dude. During production, I had an absolute blast using this gimbal and my phone, surprisingly. I never thought I'd enjoy using my phone to make a short film. This gimbal feels just like an RS3 Pro. Nothing is really different. I think the trigger on the front is way more comfortable. It's really freaking cool that you can actually take the controller off and have a screen. Not only that, it's also like a video receiver since you have the little AI camera on top, which you can also turn on and off with a switch. The AI tracking is nuts. I'm surprised how well it keeps up with people specifically, especially if they're moving around quickly. It's frightening. Oh, it is. That's crazy. Oh, wait, because you did the gesture. That's sick. Yep. No way. That's cool. Whoa, that's actually wow, it's doing a good job at tracking you too. I'm impressed. Okay, hold on. I want to record that. Do it again. Dude, this is scary how good this is actually. No.
I mean, usually for survey, we gotta like hold a prism for it to track.
Yeah.
And it tracks this prism, so if you go too fast, it's gonna, I mean, it's tracking my...
It's tracking, like, really, that's insane.
And it's literally, it's tracking this, like, reflective thing on a separate, like, stick.
Okay.
So it can't track a human like this thing is right now. I'm so impressed.
Wow, even in the dark, dude, even in the dark, that's impressive.
Dang.
Holy cow. Yeah, and it stopped now.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Try just the okay, just one. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my
That's
God.
amazing. So it's okay to track, and then a stop, and then a stop like that, and then it'll stop tracking.
Wait. Oh wait, come on.
Okay, it's having a little trouble now. I wonder, here, bring your hand closer to you. Oh, there you go. That's awesome, dude. What in the world? Okay. That's cool. I'm thoroughly impressed. That's insane. The scroll wheel on the side is really smooth after you get it kind of broken in, because it's kind of sticky at first, I noticed when I was trying to do a funky little move with it. So we're preparing for a quick little shot of a Dutch angle tilt of the stairs of him entering the frame. And I set up the roll wheel right here so I can actually affect my Dutch angle. So I have an idea to basically push in at the same time of using the wheel so I can get a Dutch angle pushing. This gimbal has blown my mind so far. It's insane that it's this cheap for how much of a punch it actually packs. I can see how this will be very helpful for anybody who's going to be filming by themselves, especially with the AI tracking, that it's incredibly well done. It did have a little bit of hiccups in the super low light situations where a subject came in and out of the frame. Other than that, it tracks really well. I think that's my only grievance with this, is that the wheel is kind of sticky. Nice, all right, let's go again. I'm gonna try something new. Let's try and see if I can set A and B points. I was also trying to set A and B points when I had it on the slider. Now, the only issue about that is when I had it on the slider, the actual handle of the gimbal was not in a perfect line with the path of the slider. So when I was setting the A and B points, that created some issues, since I guess it must have been thinking that I was twisting the gimbal in some way, because when I would go to the start of the A point, it would be completely off from what I had originally framed. The same would happen when I went to the B point. I'm pretty sure it's just user error. I need to run more tests on that, but that's honestly the only issue I really ran into. Turn to A and it pans. Okay, so that's not gonna work. That's fine. And 3, 2, 1, action. And cut. Yeah, we got that one. The other thing I noticed is that there was some low light situations that I created to sort of test out how the AI tracking actually worked. I couldn't quite figure out how to get it locked into the desired frame that I wanted and track at the same time, because every time that I would start the tracking, it would immediately like snap to the middle of the frame and it looked just really funky. I know there is a way, which I will put down in the description or even a clip right here, of how to do that. All right, so first to get your custom framing, you gotta turn tracking on, right? See, so being tracked. Then if I wanna change the frame, all I have to do, let me put the remote down real fast so I don't touch it, is do this. Then I can bring my remote back up. It's blinking green on the little camera that you can see, so I can see that it's blinking green, so I know that I can reframe now. I'm gonna get a little bit of a different frame. Let's just move it over here. Once again, another really amazing reason that I can use this to get some framing, especially when I'm using the back camera to my phone. I think that is good. I'll set that back down, do the U again, and now I have it tracked in this new frame. Super simple. It seems to be the only way to do it. I don't think that there's a way that you can do it with the trigger. I looked through the manual, I looked on YouTube. That'd be awesome if they add that, because I don't think that it's actually there. I just completely forgot and didn't really have the time to look it up on set. Plus, with how light this setup was, it made it so much easier not to strain myself actually operating the camera, so I was actually able to have more creative thoughts and creative freedom to get those shots, since I was only wearing myself out by setting up all the lights in the sets. There is a downside to it being so light, and that's the fact that you will most likely see a lot more up and down bobbing, just because you don't actually have the weight to engage and kind of know that your gimbal is steady. Still, absolutely incredible to use. I truly think everyone needs to experience this gimbal. If anybody is going to be filming themselves, especially alone, this gimbal is incredible for BTS. It's incredible for like actual good shots, filming yourself. You can get crazy rig shots. I mean, they even got this crazy extending pole, which I couldn't think of a use for my short film specifically, but man, I have so many shot ideas for that. It's truly amazing how much they put into this thing for the price that it is. Hohem is onto something. If they make a gimbal, like a gimbal that can support something like a cinema camera, oh my god, sign me up. I'm the first one to buy that. This, like, hands down, you've got my business. There are so many features within this gimbal that truly sets them apart from their competition. A 500-gram payload for heavier phones and some accessories, lockable axis arms, this incredible and small detachable screen and gimbal controller for wireless gimbal control, and the added bonus of a video receiver if you have the AI camera attached. Different modes the gimbal can operate in, the separate AI camera unit for automated tracking, and the added feature of also being a fully RGB fill light. You also get gesture controls, which truly makes it a fully wireless system. You have a control wheel on the gimbal to control focus, the fill light, and also any gimbal axis movements. A manual extension pole built into the gimbal to allow for better selfie angles, as well as adding height for more creative shots. An ultra-wide mode that moves the gimbal motor out of the shot when you use your widest lens on your phone. A 12-hour battery life, plus phone charging when connected to the gimbal via USB-C. A twistable phone bracket to shoot both horizontal and vertical video. Programmable movements through customizable A and B points. And this gimbal has a 360-degree pan rotation. This gimbal seemingly has no limits, and truly has so many features that you really don't see in the gimbal world nowadays. I just have to take a minute to talk about this little remote. I mean, come on, that's genius. You have literally everything that you need to control the entire gimbal from this remote. You can control with the joystick on how you want to move the gimbal. You can record. You can actually even zoom in and zoom out. You can change the modes. Obviously, you can swipe through the screen, change anything in there for how fast you want the motors to move, what modes you want to be in. You can set a customizable mode even, where you can have specific axes turned on or off that you want to move. You also have this side button here, which acts exactly like the trigger on the front. I mean, come on, who thought of this? This is genius. I mean, clearly Hohem did, but like, come on. Plus, I mean, you can even start tracking and stop tracking on here. It's just, yeah, I mean, I've said it all already. This is just absolutely insane. I'm truly blown away. This is incredible. I mean, it's also the fact that it's just designed so comfortably. Like, you take it out and it's just, it fits in your hand. It's so nice. It's very light. I mean, it's kind of like a fidget toy almost. It's fantastic. My favorite feature is, honestly, if I was to record by myself, I'm probably going to be using my phone a lot more, not going to lie. I would really love, and I do really love, that I can take this with me and have the gimbal in front of me, and I can basically still see everything going on because the AI camera. It's truly just a freaking video transmitter. You have an external monitor right here, and a transmitter receiver, boom, combo all in one. And you know, I'm supposed to mention downsides here, but truly, I can't find any. I mean, it's not waterproof, there's that, but it's extremely easy to balance. If you have used any gimbal at all, this is so familiar. I picked it up and immediately knew where everything was. The entire menu system on this screen is pretty much just like DJI's. It's so user-friendly. It's so plug and play. Balancing, you only have to do one axis and it's all good to go. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. It even displays battery levels. It can display the battery level of the controller as well as the gimbal. I guess if I had to find something, the AI camera, that is a little funny to use, especially if you want a specific frame, but like I showed earlier in the video, there is a way to do it. I just derped, you know, and I don't usually read the manuals. I just do research online beforehand. So read the manual. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed using this gimbal throughout the entire filming process. It was really nice to not have to worry about my actual camera setup for once and just be able to focus on lights and camera moves and actually directing the actor on how to do specific things. And in all honesty, the most enjoyable part of the entire film, besides, I mean, getting to hang out with a good friend and make a short film, was operating the very lightweight setup. Truly, if anybody is going to get into filmmaking nowadays, invest in lights. If you have a phone that can capture these stunning images, especially with higher dynamic range, get yourself a gimbal like this. Invest in something that stabilizes the camera and put your money way more towards lighting gear, because that is honestly going to help you the most. I mean, your camera is only as good as the light that it can capture, right? So this truly has to be the most affordable cinematic combo for a very long time. I truly don't know what else is going to come out to be better than this. I mean, unless they make a gimbal for one of these higher end professional cameras, then obviously everybody's going to lose their mind. But truly, Hohem, incredible product, really well done. If you guys want to check out this gimbal, I left a link in the description down below, as well as links to other affordable camera gear. And if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to tune into more videos just like this one. And if you want more videos just like this, maybe check out that Patreon. It really helps support the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something from it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. truly, Hohem, I want to work with you more. This is insane. I would love to get you a full review of this video, and I really, really hope you make something for a cinema camera on the level of like a Red or a Blackmagic 6K Pro. You know, speaking from my own personal setup, that would just be phenomenal, especially for like YouTube creation like this. Please, please. I mean, that's all I ask, guys. I'm done.